Welcome to Morning Chatter Podcast with your host Chelsea Ann
And Courtney. Hello.
Wonky morning.
I need to meditate and
Yes.
go on a retreat every morning before we do these.
100%. That's what I told you. I'm like, you need something in the backyard.
God, but deal with my family right up until saying hello, Morning Chatter Podcast.
That's all right. That's good. That's why we're doing it, right? To get you some
Give me the hell away from
alone
them.
time. Exactly.
God.
That is why. Maybe that
All
can
right.
be one of your lessons that you learned too about
That I
yourself.
need
That
time
you
away
need
from
some
them.
fucking time alone.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But that's what we're going to talk about today, since why not? Everyone's talked about COVID. That's what we're doing. That's the freaking life that we got going on right now. But we want to talk about kind of the lessons that we learned during the whole quarantine experience,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, that's one way to look at it, is get something out of it,
Yeah.
right? So for me, one of the biggest ones was having some money put aside just in case you lose your job, which
Yeah.
didn't seem like something that would happen, but when you get shut down and you can't go into your job,
Yeah.
I was a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks.
You know, it's like that was a giant eye opener for us because, that did happen, and we cut it a little close there, but we got through it luckily, and it worked out, and it was an eye opener to always put some money aside. So even if that happened to my husband too, that
Right.
would be fucking devastating. So it's like, it's good to have that.
Your emergency fund.
Yeah, no matter what.
They
you
say
know?
3 to 6 months of
Yeah.
expenses you should have in the bank.
For all those major things like mortgage, your cars, your
Mhm.
insurance,
Food.
groceries.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we spend so much money on groceries.
Yeah.
We eat. A
Yeah,
lot.
and I eat a lot too.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that. I'm tracking my food right now.
Yeah.
And it's I eat at least a pound of meat a day.
Yeah,
That.
protein's good though.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially if you're breastfeeding.
But then it adds. Money wise, it adds
Mhm.
up.
That's why it's
Yeah.
girl, I could eat quinoa all day long.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Spend $5.
Exactly.
But I don't eat like that, and I eat good food too. So it's like when your whole family eats like that. I think it's kind of an investment too, though, because then I don't know. I want to feel good and healthy and
Yeah, invest in your health now so you're not spending money on
paying for it later.
medications or
Yeah.
whatever later.
No, totally.
Um,
What about you? Did you guys? You always have money put aside and stuff?
I don't know, Jeff, do we? I am not in the loop with our finances.
That's a good thing. That's okay. You're not really a
Um,
spender though, so that's good
Yeah,
too.
no, I don't really. Yeah, I try to be cautious isn't the
Yeah,
right
that's
word.
right. I think so.
Aware of what we're spending and be
Yeah.
mindful about it. But yeah, so we definitely saved money by not going out. We were those people, because I was pregnant, we didn't go anywhere. I was
Totally.
nervous to have someone be cooking my food,
No, I get
maybe
that.
dripping their COVID nose over it, so
Yeah.
we didn't do any takeout, we didn't go out. But we did we did some of Instacart.
Yeah.
So that kind of adds up, because it's
Oh,
a
does it?
delivery fee and a service fee and a tip.
Oh,
So,
okay. I've never done
But
Instacart.
sometimes, you haven't?
No.
Yeah, so Jeff took over shopping because I was pregnant. He
Yeah.
didn't want me to be out there
That
and
makes
at
sense.
risk. So yeah, we would Instacart sometimes. And by the way, that's one of the things I've learned. Do not let Jeff grocery shop.
Oh.
It was it was
Was it like a 5-year-old was in there?
stoned in a 7-Eleven. We went from one day just eating normal and healthy. COVID hit. He comes back with fucking Lucky Charms, Oreos, chips.
Oh,
I mean,
what did
you
smoke
name
when
it,
you
and
were
it was
filling that
constant.
out?
It was constant. Every time he would go to the store, he'd get what was on my list, and then junk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm
Maybe that was his
6
way of coping with the
yeah,
stress
but I'm
too.
I'm 5-6 months pregnant,
Yeah.
trying to not gain 50 pounds this time
Yeah,
around.
no, totally.
So
Lucky
that was
Charms are
hard.
helping me.
Yeah.
That is hard though, because
Being around all that, no self-control.
yeah, it is. I mean, I feed my kids some crappy food too, so it's like
Well, yeah, once in a while we could do that, but it was just constant in our house.
yeah.
So
That's
funny.
hard though, for sure. But yeah, I've never done that Instacart thing. I think it's a good thing for people who have little babies
I mean, I
or
did it
people who
yesterday.
can't leave their house. Like, what a perfect time to
Mhm.
have something like that
Yeah,
that
it's
can,
so
for the
convenient.
elderly that can bring their food to them.
Yeah.
I remember too, because we drive all the time, with the boys and stuff, taking to and from school, and in that beginning first month. I filled my car up once.
Oh, yeah?
Like one time. And I was like, wow, we sure do drive around a lot. I mean, I'm going down to San Clemente, like we used to go to karate, go to and from school, you're driving to the store, you're driving here, you're driving there. So there's like almost $300 right there. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I would fill up my tank at least once a week.
Yeah.
Just the amount of driving we were doing. So it's like, save money on gas, save money on, we ended up cutting our cable like you had suggested. We just started slashing things, and then it ended up working out. But it was an eye opener for us to be like, I don't want to be put in that situation again where it's like, oh shit, man, we're getting a little close here, bud. You know, and we don't like putting things on our credit cards. So it's like that was our lesson, one of our major lessons.
Yeah, I'm really lucky that Jeff's job wasn't affected by this.
No,
they actually have gotten like better. Yeah, they've been growing.
Awesome.
So thank goodness, because it's like there's already so much to be stressing about, and to also worry about like your job. That sucks. I feel for people that had to like stress about that.
And that's scary.
Yeah,
you know,
very scary.
It's like you really don't think that could ever happen to you, but it can happen to anyone, honestly. So it is safe to have some money put aside.
Yes.
Don't be spending.
And if you don't know how to start, check out Dave Ramsey. I like him.
That's where we got it too.
With Budget Mom too. But I feel like it's all kind of like the same idea.
Yeah, I think he doesn't do like the envelopes, does he? I think his daughter does actually.
Okay.
Rachel.
A lot of people, like, because I'm in the groups on Facebook, they all do it. So I'm sure he mentioned at some point.
I guess it would be same like because I have his little app. It's like that's how much you get for that. You know, so it is like an envelope, but it's like in your app.
Gotcha.
So it's technically not an envelope, but yeah, it is the same system. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
But that was very helpful for sure, because you can kind of see like where your silly money's going, like Starbucks. Oh my God. Okay, so saved money on gas and freaking totally should have bought stock and Starbucks, because it was like, oh my God. I just remember being like, that's a little treat, you know.
Yeah.
But everyone's got their little treat. But another thing that it opened our eyes to was being grateful for being around the family. You know, I never had that much time off with my whole family. Absolutely not. We went from 0 days off, legit, like, okay, we would just hang out on the weekends at night. I would work during the day, hang out at night. Yeah. Then the whole, it was what we had to do.
Right. So both still worked the same. You just were home.
I was just home now.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. I was like, I never thought I'd be like, I would love to be a stay-at-home mom. You know, but I was like, wow, that was pretty freaking nice. Like, you got a lot of stuff done, like too, because it's like we got to clean out a lot of closets. Like, remember we were talking about decluttering. We actually kept up on all of our, you know, like little maintenance things that go on at home, and that was a huge thing. So now I like make it a priority to have at least one day off together.
Yeah,
I think it's important because you can get in a wheel of, well, this is what we do. We don't have a day off. It's totally fine. And and sometimes you have to do that. You know what I mean? It's like we have these 6 hours a night together. We're gonna make the most of it. But before that, we would be like, we're gonna go to the movies. We're gonna have an adventure. It'd be like something we would do. And then at that point, granted, I was home, but there was nothing to do.
Right.
So you save money on that too. You save money on not going to the movies. That's $100 right there.
Yeah.
Eating out, we would easily spend $100 because the 4 of us, you know. It's like, and we don't even drink when we go out. We drink at home.
There's only 2 of us.
You know,
and
you can spend $100. Yeah, it's like, so there you do that every weekend. There's $400 right there. Yeah. So it's like a lot of good. There's good things that came from it for us, you know. And I do feel grateful for all of those eye openers, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, I got Jeff working from home that whole time. He just went back probably a month ago. And then my mom, that unfortunately couldn't work, so she moved in with us. So that for me was nice, especially with a crazy toddler and being pregnant. So it was nice having other people to go run around outside, because I can't run after him. I'm going to shake the baby in my belly.
No, for real, I'm a bot, dude, being like, oh great, there you go. I'll just wait here for him.
Hope he comes back.
That's too bad. But yeah, I was grateful for that. And just being healthy, honestly, because that's scary too. It's a weird feeling, because like, I know it's like a real thing, and like it can affect anyone. I have an older dad and stuff, and he's got asthma, so it's like, that's pretty scary. I didn't go over there for like, no joke, 2 months, and that was a lesson for me too. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed any kind of human interaction, because I didn't go down there for 2 months. The first day I came in, it was like I walked into Disneyland or something.
Yeah.
Autumn was like, oh my God, your face when you walked through that door was ridiculous. And she's like, because she works at a grocery store too, so it's like, she's just sick of people, you know? And I was like, oh my God, what do you smell like? I love you. You know, like it's just, I didn't realize how much I enjoyed that real human connection, not like a Zoom connection.
Right. Yeah. We still saw our parents, but we actually did social distance visiting because it's like, who knows what they may have picked up at the grocery store. It was all like really extreme for us because I was pregnant. We probably would have been a little more lax, maybe.
Probably not in the beginning. I feel like everyone took it very seriously. This is even
like
beginning.
6 months in. We're like, let's keep our distance till I pop this baby out.
I get that though.
And then they're on their own.
And then,
good luck.
Who cares? Let's just bring everyone over.
Good luck.
No, that was. I understand why you did that, and even with your baby shower and stuff, I was like,
don't touch me, don't get near me, don't touch the thing you're handing me.
For real. Goodies. I totally got that. It was like,
I know it was really extreme, but it's just what we felt comfortable with and what my doctor was telling us to do.
That's what you have to do for your family, though. You know what I mean? In any case, and that's why it's like, if you want to stay home, stay home. Totally support that. That's totally fine. If you don't want to go out for Thanksgiving, don't go out. You know what I mean? Like, that is totally fine. You have the choice to do that. I don't know, honestly, if we're going to be even meeting up for Thanksgiving. My dad's pretty worried about it. So, like, I mean, going into cold and flu season too, it's like heightened, I feel like, because everybody's going to get a cold. It's just that now you're like, shit, is it the C?
Yeah.
And you're not like cancer. It's like, is it fucking COVID?
The Rona.
Yeah, it's like, it's scary, you know? So, we actually don't know yet if we're going to be meeting up, which is fine. This sounds so terrible.
Well, are you allowed to drink yet?
No. So when you're like, it's fine. Well, I don't care. Bo's working that day anyways. But Jack is still very like, I want to have a turkey leg. And he's very like by the book of what he does, everything he's sleeping. And I'm like, well, it might not happen. My food's going to be like prepped and ready to go. I could at home. I could make him a little mini turkey at home if I really wanted. I don't know, I'd probably make it a chicken. Yeah. Tell him it's a fucking turkey.
It's a baby.
Look at it, it's a little one. He would probably pick up.
Or even just get like pre-made stuff.
Yeah, no, for real.
We're cutting corners this year.
I'm honestly not really. It sounds terrible. I'm not that worried about it, and maybe it's because I can't go down there and have like the giant meal and you know and drink the wine and I actually wouldn't if I was by myself anyways. I wouldn't have wine and drive the boys home. It's just a thing. But it does have a different feel, you know, like it's
I can't eat dairy, soy, egg, wheat, and peanut butter right now, so I'm like, and now I have to make you guys Thanksgiving. Fuck it, we're getting pre-made mashed potatoes. Someone's buying a pie, like we're really like, and Jeff's gonna help me and stuff. But I can't taste things to make sure it tastes okay for everyone. Yeah. So
that's a lot of stuff you're off for your little one.
Yeah.
Because you're breastfeeding.
Yeah, because we're figuring out her allergies right now, or what's going on with it.
Gosh.
Anyways, that's the whole other
whole other topic. We'll do that. We are grateful for, where did we go?
Talking about Thanksgiving.
Lessons. We're talking now we're talking about lessons, right, from COVID. That was what this whole thing is about. We got trailed off on Thanksgiving turkey. It's like hungry.
Right.
But another thing was, once we started going out, I would go on the hiking trails and stuff. And that was game changer for me. There were so many hiking trails around my area that I'd never been on in my freaking whole life, and I'd lived there for 10 years.
Yeah.
I was like, the one right behind my house had like those, especially in March, it had all those yellow little flowers. So me and Bo and the boys would take the dog and just walk through there.
And those botanical gardens.
By myself. The botanical gardens, love that one.
You do it.
That's a great one. There's like a one in Aliso. There's one in San Juan. There's like so many different ones that you can. Right in your backyard. I'm like, how come I never did this? It's because I was so like, didn't have time off from work, so I was running. And B, we would always do stuff like, let's go to the movies. Let's go to Dave & Buster's. Let's go to Disneyland. Let's go to It's like, you can go in your own backyard and it's free. Go to the beach. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just like, soak up the vitamin D and like get
Yeah.
out and move your body. It was like, that was a game changer.
Yeah.
Hiking trails.
We didn't do so much trails, but we had like a school. This when we were in the condo, we had a school across the street, so we would
Oh, cool.
walk over there, and there was like a huge park next to it too, big fields. So Archer could ride his bike and run around.
Perfect.
Like we were there every day.
That's awesome though.
So yeah, just more
Gets you out of the
outside
house.
time. Yeah, since we didn't have his little baby gym activities or
No,
play
totally.
dates or
You got to get them moving, you know,
Yeah.
like even the boys, like they're used to it now. I remember in the beginning when we would do those big walks and they'd be like, oh, God. I'm like, dude, you're a kid. You're supposed to be like running past me. So that was a little annoying in the beginning. I'm like,
keep up.
you are not lazy. No. But it worked out good. And I also think it is a big lesson to show that your health is a priority. It
Yeah.
should be a priority. Like, I don't know. I really focus big on we have our garage gym, so that was so good
Yeah.
because our gym closed down. They ended up merging with another gym, and there was the option to go once they were open, but it was like 20 minutes away from me, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then
Yeah.
what if we shut down again? And then it's like I'm back at. So we actually bought some stuff from our old gym, and now we have like a full blown setup in there.
That's awesome.
And then here we are again in another gym shut down, and
Yeah.
so I'm like, cool. I'm so grateful that I have this.
Yeah, and restaurants, right? They're just
Yep.
gonna be
Now we're
patio.
patio.
Yeah.
Just one day, whatever. Okay, I'll make the most of it.
Yeah.
I keep saying that too. Like I'll just make the most of it. I mean, it is what it is. I can't.
Right.
You know, like, what am I going to go do? Get another job right now? Like, no, I'm just going to soak this
But
up
why
for the time
can't
being.
they? And this is a whole other topic. I don't want to. I can't even talk. But like, why can't they just be inside and just spread them out more?
Oh, we're pretty spread out right now, too.
So I guess I
well,
just don't get.
Yeah, we shouldn't be even going down this rabbit hole because it doesn't make any sense to me
Yeah.
at all. Because it's like that meme that you see where it's like they have the tent outside.
Right.
You can eat outside in the inside, but you can't eat inside when you're 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And when you work for like a corporation, they like go by the book. I mean, they're checking our temperatures. We're wearing
Yeah.
gloves. You have to rip your gloves off every time you bust a table. It's like
Yeah.
you're wearing masks. If you have a temperature, you can't go to work.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it'd be like, oh, sorry.
Right.
Get in there, work your butt off. Sorry, you're sweating. No
Yeah,
big deal.
so
But it's
that's
like
all good.
now, it's like
Guess I don't understand.
it doesn't make sense. It's like, so I can have these 7 tables outside, but I can't have these 10 tables that are still spread out inside.
Yeah. Yeah. That
'Cause
doesn't
it-
make sense.
Doesn't, I feel like there's a vendetta against gyms, Disneyland, and freaking restaurants. It's like, what happened there? Like, why
But
is that a thing?
It still said like salons and massage are
what
open,
I'm
which
saying.
is weird because you're touching the people.
Yes,
So
it
I don't know.
doesn't make sense.
Something that's weird.
So we're back at that. So that's where I was going with that. Like, I'm very grateful. Like, I had a girl hit me up last night, and she was so bummed because she's like, "Oh, I'm so bummed that our gym's closed down," and she's like, "I don't have anything in my garage." It's like, you can do body weight stuff
Yeah.
though too. You know what I mean? Like, we live in a place that is like, it's not snowing outside
Right.
too. So it's like, this is great. Like, adapt. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Hit
Like,
workouts on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Just body weight stuff.
Exactly.
Funny.
push-ups, squats, like there's so many things you can do. Just move your body,
Yeah.
because it'll be a mental health game changer for
Yeah.
sure. That legit saved me because that was rough. I don't
Yeah.
know what I would have done if I wasn't working out. Honestly, I put all my energy into working out.
Yeah.
When the house is clean, you're like, what the hell else do I do?
Right.
I can't do anything else. I don't want to play with you. No.
Right.
But we would make the boys work out too. Like,
That's
we would
good.
like have their little medicine balls. Luke was all about it.
Good.
I need to get back into that. Now it's like they come home and they're exhausted from school, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, you can sit down for a
Right.
while. I'm not gonna be like, right, get outside.
Boot camp.
Yeah, I should. But yeah, it is segueing into that adapting to change. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So instead of being like, oh, I can't work out, it's like figure out a new way to work out.
Yeah.
Figure out a new way for entertainment. Figure out a new way to get through this mentally too,
Yeah.
because that took a giant toll.
Yeah. I
on
mean, a lot of people are struggling for sure. Jobs, being locked in their house, so to speak. So drinking.
I think there's
and
like a tipping
drugs.
point to that too. The way you're like stuck inside for so long, you feel like you're getting a little.
But it's like, are people not like going out for walks? Because we're allowed to like leave our house, you know? Like,
yeah.
So I wonder, like, I feel like more people just need to walk.
Some people don't though. I've seen some people that legit don't do that. And I think that is terrible for your mental health.
This whole thing is just so weird. Like, and I'm not saying one thing or another about masks. Like, I'm good with wearing my mask when I need to. But it's so weird to see. Like, especially because I, like, didn't go... I went outside every day, like, in the first 6 months, but I didn't go to stores. I didn't do all that. And so now when I go to Target and you look around and everyone's like...
you're still not used to it.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
it feels like we're in a movie. Like,
100%.
it's just bizarre to see. Like, we're all just walking around wearing our masks because someone told us to. And then it's bizarre to me.
And I think since you haven't been out for so long, now for me it's like a normal thing. I'll never forget the first time I was like, well, I don't really want to wear this in the store. He's like, you have to. And it was one of those like N95 ones. I'm like,
Darth Vader.
I can't fucking breathe in this thing. This thing's not built for people with big noses. I was like, are you kidding me? Bo's like, well, you're fucking overthinking this. Jesus, just walk. I'm like, yeah, I got it. But then I got the surgical ones and I'm like, okay, I can totally do this. But that initial like feeling of like, is everybody doing this? Is this like the new...
So
normal, like it freaks me out a little bit. But I don't have a problem wearing the surgical mask one now, or even a cloth one. It's like whatever. I don't even know if it's doing any good, but I'll put it on.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, oh no, not me.
Right. No.
It's like
same, but it's still
really
just weird to see.
It's creepy, and I
feel like it's the beginning of like a horror movie or something. It's just fucking weird.
That's why you bunker down and work out, so when the apocalypse comes, you can just like pick your kids up and go, like ready to go. Got your little safety thing in your garage. Okay, that's just
Well, and just to bounce back on like things that have changed and stuff, it's so weird to have gone through a pregnancy during this. And I know some people had it like worse because at least like we went into lockdown when I was around like 20 weeks, so we already had like all our major ultrasounds to make sure everything's okay. But like some people had to do that alone, you know. Could you imagine finding out something? I'm gonna like tear up. Finding out something's wrong with your baby and not having your partner there with you. So that would suck. And then so Jeff couldn't go to any of my appointments. Like it just had to be me, which was fine.
It's lonely though.
Yeah, but I mean, at least it wasn't our first one.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for the people.
So you're gonna be grateful for that.
Yeah, where this was people's like first baby and they had to do all these appointments alone. Like that sucks. And then you go to the hospital and you only get your one person, which is fine. Like who needs their whole family to come? I mean, that part's like tolerable, but it's just different. Maybe you wanted your parents to come meet your baby there, or like we couldn't have Archer come meet her at the hospital. So just things like that. That's kind of like
all that different stuff.
Yeah.
Or when someone passed away, you couldn't have a funeral. Like that was really sad. Yeah. I think that was, I couldn't imagine and that's where I feel grateful that I could have my mom in the room with me when I gave birth to my kids. That was rough, you know, and I feel bad for those people that had to go through that, like without their family, or even think about like, oh my gosh, someone passed away from COVID and now I can't even throw them a funeral because I can't have more than 6 people there.
Or visit them in the hospital
when they're dying. Yeah. And so you die alone, like that's fucked up, Like a really morbid real fast. But it's sad, So it's like, that's why I think it can get morbid real fast, very dark, and you can get stuck in those thoughts. But you have to legit pull yourself out of that and be like, you didn't have to go through that. You did have Jeff with you when you gave birth, right?
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
So it's like, at least you had him there for that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you have a healthy baby, and you're here now, and it's like, focus on that. You know what I mean? I try not to think about all that other stuff because you can spiral real fast because it fucking sucks. This whole fucking thing sucks.
And just that a lot of people are robbed from
100%
experiences that they could have
100%. And then it's like, how do you move forward from that? I feel bad for the little kids because like even when they come into the restaurant and you're wearing a mask and everyone's wearing a mask and they're looking at you like, this is fucking weird. Yeah. Because they don't have, the little ones, like they don't have to wear a mask. And it's like, I saw a little boy the other day who was just kind of like, that's so weird. Like what, that's going to be their normal.
Yeah.
I'm curious to what it's going to be like when they come out with a vaccine and people stop wearing the masks, and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what kind of transition that's going to be. How long will it take people to actually feel okay not going out with a mask
Yeah.
because you've worn the mask for so many times when you do go into a store? Or, you know, that transition from like, okay, now we can do this stuff,
Are
but
we allowed
you
to?
don't want to get complacent because it's like, yeah, that's kind of what got us here in the first place.
Yeah.
So, you know, still wash your hands and like make good decisions and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm really curious how that transition is going to go. And I'm thinking years of like weaning out of, I think there'll be people that always wear a mask to the store.
Well, that's kind of like what
Like in
they
China.
do, and like, yeah,
Seriously.
over there, they're always, when they have a little cough, which is good, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to see how this whole thing is going to play out. Like, is there ever going to be an end? Because they say it's probably going to be kind of like a cold and flu where we always have it every year.
Yeah,
So
I
are
don't
we
think it's
always
going
going to
anywhere.
have these like restrictions? Like, I wish I could have a little 8-ball or a magic ball
Yeah.
just to see like what's going to happen. Like, is this what we're going to be doing for the next few years? And it be weird like this and half
I would
locked
assume
down
so,
and
honestly, until they get a vaccine. I think that's what everyone is waiting on,
Yeah.
honestly, is some kind of vaccine, you know? So, like,
which is kind of scary, and I'm just gonna throw this out there because I don't give a shit. I'm very pro-vax,
Yeah,
so if
me
you're
too.
not, don't come at me. Like, 100%
Same.
believe in science. But this one, I'm like, let's just see how it works
First
on you
round.
guys first.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be the first one out there getting it for sure.
definitely not going to sign up for a trial.
Yeah, no. So I definitely want to let it play out and see how everyone else
one. You
does.
spout out an extra arm.
Right.
I'll wait till 2022.
But it's like, how long do you wait?
That's
'Cause
what I'm saying,
Are
though.
there
That
like
is a-
future issues you could have from the vaccine,
Yeah,
or would
yeah.
it just be instant? So I don't know.
And that's why I think it's going to take a very long time.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's,
We're not going back to normal tomorrow.
I don't think we're going back to normal
Ever.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like for a long time, because that's why you have to kind of come up with your new way of adapting to these kind of things. You know what I mean? Like even with the schools, it's like, okay, we just moved into the purple tier, now we're getting closer to maybe having them come back home again. Well, now I'm not as anxious because I know how to do the at-home thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do have that like anxiety of I don't want to do that again because that sounds selfish, but I have my time alone. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Archer's trying to
Here's
break in.
Johnny.
Where's the nanny? Get
Yeah.
the kid out of here.
But yeah, I think, and then I wonder that too, like you were saying earlier, are we going to just keep flopping back and forth? Okay, cases spiked. All right, we're back down. Now you can go out to restaurants. Okay, they're back up. Go back home.
Yeah.
All right, we're now back down. It's like, for how long are we doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really sad. And then these people who own gyms and have to shut them down, and it's like, dude, that's their livelihood. Like that is their job. Like it's not like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
scary.
struggle with that. A little bit of me is like, just stay open.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you don't feel comfortable going out, don't go out. No
Right.
one's forcing you to go out.
My
I
only
think it's
thing-
like a, well, they're all doing it. I want, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh.
Well, my opinion on it, I guess, would be I get how everyone's like, well, if I want to go out, that's great. But it does kind of affect someone because if I still needed to go to the grocery store and everyone else is out living their life doing all that, well, what are you maybe bringing? You know what I mean? Like, there's only
But they're
so
wearing
much.
the masks.
Yeah, if the masks work, then they work.
That's what
I
I'm
guess,
saying.
right?
Like
yeah.
it's like, how far?
Or
are we
if you're
going
touching
to-
something, is it living on that, and then I touch it? You know what I mean? So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just such a big. I wash my hands like crazy. I make that's another huge lesson. My boys have never washed their hands so much in their entire life. I'm not even joking. They were always like, yeah, so dirty. whatever." And for a little bit, you're like, yeah, whatever. You need some kind of germs. You
Right.
know what I mean? You need to build up some kind of,
Yeah.
you know, immunity. So when you do get a little cold, your body can bounce back and be like, I know how to fight this off.
Right.
You don't want to live in a bubble. But if I was at risk, like my dad, I still don't know why he's working, but I would be cautious.
Yeah.
If I, you know, had asthma or like diabetes or something like that, I would be cautious too. That part I do get. It's scary, you know, but should we all just be in our homes?
yeah,
Like for the rest of our lives?
It's so
Like
weird.
how do we make money then?
yeah.
You know, for those people who aren't working from home, like at a
Right.
restaurant
Right.
or a gym or a
Any
movie
retail
theater
shops.
or Disneyland. Like Disneyland is a massive,
But isn't Disney
income.
World open?
yes, and they're doing
It
fine.
doesn't make sense to me.
No,
Fucking California.
I know. It's rough.
God.
It's like I don't know. It's rough, but you know what? It can be rough, and it is rough, and it sucks. Honestly, this whole thing sucks. But I, once again, try to look at something
On the
that
right
I've got. Yes, I am.
side.
It's just who I am. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like even
And not to be a mockery out of it, because obviously people are
absolutely
dying.
not.
But
And
all that
I
aside,
that I do. It's terrible,
But yeah,
and
so-
it is scary. And honestly, it is scary because
But we
I
can't
wouldn't
just-
wish that upon anyone.
Right.
But
we
I
can't
don't.
dwell on that. We gotta
I
like,
think your body shuts off when you're so fucking stressed out about like, oh my god,
and living in fear and stuff.
It's like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, well no shit you got sick.
Yeah.
Your body thinks you're sick
Yeah.
because you're so stressed out, and just focus on like
Wear your
moving your
mask,
body.
wash your hands, be healthy.
Vitamin D, vitamin C
Live
has
your
been shown to be
life.
good. Yeah, live your life a
Yeah.
little bit. Don't be a dick, but like, I don't know. How are we supposed to make money if everything's shut down?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really scary for the economy, like especially in California. I mean, like that freaks me out a little bit. Because what if you do? What if all of a sudden this next round is like, dude, we couldn't keep up. We have to
Yeah.
close it down. We have to shut it down. Oh shit. And then I would probably think, well, then there's a sign. I shouldn't be here anymore, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Time for another chapter. That's how I would take it. I would take anything like that. Okay, right. It's shut down. Time to fucking reinvent yourself.
Yeah, or maybe like that's where like having like multiple streams of income,
100%. I agree with you on
handy.
that.
other
little side hustle.
side gigs or investments, or
Yeah, investments are good too. No, for sure.
something where you're not totally, and you as a general, you're not you,
One
not
income.
relied on that. Yeah.
Exactly, and that is scary. There's a lot of people out there like that. But, anyways, were we just like in here for an hour?
I think so.
And then people were banging on the door.
Right.
Mom!
I want a snack.
Snacks! Give me my snacks! That was fun. I hope you guys got something good out of it. And what did you guys learn from COVID?
Yes, tell us, please.
Give us some comments. Anything. And let us know what you guys want us to talk about, because
Yeah.
we're kind of struggling here on
Well,
topics.
yeah, we're just kind of talking about what's going on. So
Yeah.
if there's anything like specific
Yeah.
instead of just what's going on in our lives and our little worlds,
And next week we have a friend coming.
oh
right?
yeah,
So that'll be
We
fun.
have Rachel,
That'll be good.
mom of 3.
We're gonna talk about mom life and like maybe her adaptation to, how she dealt with this. With
She
retail.
drinks.
Oh. Hey, she sounds like she's pretty happy
She's
too.
fun.
So I think
Too bad we're both not drinking because she's
Yeah.
the one that brings champagne to the play dates.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't survive that.
Yeah.
Especially with not drinking as long as I haven't drank.
She's a hoot.
I
So
would
that will be fun.
freaking wasted.
And if you're just listening to this, you can also watch us
Yes.
on YouTube.
On the tube.
Yeah.
Why not? Go check it out, like, subscribe,
ring
and
that
share it.
bell. Yeah,
And
share.
then let us know.
And if you are listening on your podcast, you can subscribe so you get a little blurb notification when it comes out at 3 in the morning.
And give us a rating.
Yeah.
Let us know what we can improve
Get
on.
some feedback.
Yeah,
even if
give
it's
us some
not, even if
feedback.
it's like, oh, you guys suck, like this is
That's
boring.
okay.
Well, we want to know.
I got tough skin. Doesn't bother me.
Right. Let us know. Any
Yes,
feedback
we're
is
here
good.
for entertainment. So I guess we'll see you next time.